Have you ever just frozen, brush loaded, paint ready, and you're just sitting there staring at the canvas, trying to decide what stroke to make, where to put it? I've been painting for 50 years and I still have that moment sometimes. So if that's you, you're not doing anything wrong, you're just human. We live in a time where we have more inspiration than any artist in history has ever had access to. Pinterest, Instagram, 100 tutorials to scroll through. And instead of that freeing us, a lot of the time it freezes us. We start comparing our next stroke to someone else's finished painting. We start second guessing a color choice before the brush ever touches the canvas. That's not creativity. That's fear. Sneaking in and all dressed up as being careful. Because what I've noticed after teaching for 30 years, overthinking causes overpainting. You hesitate, you second guess, and then you go back in and fix something that didn't actually need fixing. And so often, what you end up erasing was the most alive, most honest part of the painting. Bob Ross had a saying I love. He called mistakes happy accidents. And I believe that with my whole heart. Some of the best things that have ever happened on my canvas were never planned. They were a slip, a smudge, a drip, a drop, an unexpected line, a knife hitting the canvas, whatever. Just something always seems to slip up. And I've just decided to work with it instead of against it. Maybe it was meant to happen. Maybe something was trying to tell you that you needed a splash of color there. My own saying is simpler. Be brave, be bold. Because when we chase perfect, we tend to kill the very thing that made the piece magical in the first place. Perfect is safe. Perfect is careful. But perfect is also a little bit lifeless. The energy in a painting almost always comes from the parts we didn't overthink. And yes, reference photos and other people's ideas, even AI tools now, they can spark something within you. But there's a moment where wisdom means putting the reference material down. Because if you keep looking at it the whole time you're painting, you're not painting your painting anymore. You're simply copying something somebody else produced. And the world doesn't need another copy. It needs the magic of what you have to bring to the table. It needs the only thing you personally can make. So here's what I want you to try the next time you feel that freeze happening. That hesitation right before the brush hits the canvas. Recognize it for what it is. It's fear interjecting. It's not truth. It's not talent. It's just fear. And instead of asking, is this the right choice? Ask yourself, what was my first instinct? Because almost every time, your first instinct was closer to the truth than the fifth one you talked yourself into. What you think is a mistake in that moment might actually turn out to be the most honest, most beautiful part of the whole piece. I'm not telling you this because it's easy. Even after 50 years, I still catch myself hesitating sometimes. I'm telling you because I've learned over and over that the paintings I'm proudest of were never the ones I overworked. They were the ones where I trusted the first brave stroke and then just kept moving in that direction, kept painting with that feeling. So next time you're standing in front of a blank canvas, feeling that little flicker of fear before you commit to a color or a stroke, I want you to remember, be brave, be bold, trust your hand, trust your instinct. That's where the magic actually lives. If this spoke to you, I'd love to know what's a happy accident that turned out to be the best part of one of your paintings. Tell me in the comments. And if you want more like this, the mindset side of being an artist along with the technical side, I go much deeper into this on my Patreon page. I'll leave that information below. Happy painting!